Final score, Cardiff Met 1, Wrexham 1. Huge frustration for Wrexham. And that leaves our chances of getting into the top 4. Still possible, but very slim. A game, well, which saw Cardiff Met only the 2nd point of the season. Their record now this season is drawn 2, lost 13 out of the 15 matches in all competitions. To be fair, they're a better side than that, I would argue. But still, Wrexham had control of the game and should have won it. And as a result of these 2 drop points, with Swansea winning 3-0 at Aberystwyth, yeah, that makes top 4 tricky. Wrexham behind at half-time. A free kick on the halfway line by Cardiff Met substitute Jiminovic, beg your pardon, put into the penalty area. Nat Clark didn't get a shout and had to get a head onto it and could only divert it into her own net, and that was frustrating for Wrexham, who pushed really hard from the start and were on top of the game throughout. Lily Jones really energetic in midfield, putting pressure on, getting a few shots off. Keeper saved a couple. She put a couple just wide from the edge of the box and then hit a free kick from 25 yards out, which hit the post and bounced back out again. In the second half, Wrexham made changes. Karen Allen coming on at the back, which allows Liv Fuller to step up into midfield and add her passing ability in there. She'd had a goal disallowed correctly, to be fair, for a very clever back header in the first half. And Wrexham just pushed on. Ava Suckley came on up front as well for Rosie Hughes. Cara Jones moved across to the right-hand side, and Abby Inden came on up front. And Wrexham really showed intensity. Cara Jones on the right really put an awful lot of balls into the penalty area. The ball just wasn't dropping for us. Lots of decent shots testing the keeper, Courtney Smith, especially after she went down with an injury, but had to carry on. They had no sub-keeper on the bench, Cardiff Met. Wrexham kept ploughing away and ploughing away. We finally got the goal. Brooke Cairns doing really well to pivot about 7 yards out and dig out a finish into the top right corner. And that gave Wrexham a good chunk of time to come back and get the winner. And we just couldn't. Smith made a really good save from a cross shot by Cara Jones and did well to hold on to it because there were 3 players running in for the rebound. There were a couple of goal-mouth scrambles. We just couldn't get the goal. And it was anger at the end of the match. Understandably, the referee, Tegan Richards, who'd done really well all through the match, astonishingly only added 2 added minutes despite a second half which saw the goalkeeper down getting treatment 3 times and a goal and a lot of substitutions. Yeah. Frustrating, because you felt a goal was coming eventually. And we only got 2 added minutes to try and get it. But nonetheless, it should also be said, Cardiff Met defended superbly, defended heroically, and they restricted us to decent half chances, but we didn't really totally carve them open, and credit to them for that. So we can still get into the top 4, but we're now talking about winning our next 2 matches, and that includes a game against TNS, which won't be easy, and Swansea losing their next 2. Now, admittedly, they are against Cardiff and Britain Ferry, so you never know. If that does happen, we'll have to win our final game of the season at Swansea. So it's a heck of a big ask, but who knows? We might just manage it. I must say as well to all those who watched the stream, hats off to John the cameraman, because there was a lot of condensation which got into the camera and it meant that there were no real pictures in the first half. I had to do a sort of radio commentary of it. So he heroically fixed it. He covered a lot of ground getting equipment up the gantry in order to be able to broadcast the second half. And he was aided by these good people here, the Righteous Brothers, in their regular and long-standing caterers at Cardiff Met. They gave us their wipes so that we could keep wiping the camera and keep broadcasting. So this podcast is brought to us by the Righteous Brothers. Wowie, how about that? So everything was great except for the results and the weather. Look, pretty good. Yeah, all right, fair enough. There's 2 of them, so I better leave it. Okay, yeah. And the weather was bad and, the technical issues. But apart from that, brilliant. Adios.